Hello everyone. So I'm going to be looking at what's called finding a reference angle. And probably the easiest way to go through it with you is to go back and look at Delta Math and do it when it's live there. So let me back up. All right. So here we go. So what you guys are going to be asked to do is to rotate 29 degrees. So you take the yellow dot and you rotate it until it tells you 29 degrees. So it's pretty easy. They're telling you what the angle is. And what they're indicating in red is what the reference angle is. The reference angle is the positive distance to the x-axis. So you're just in the first quadrant. So make sure you guys are okay with this. Let me come back because I'm going to use those words. This is quadrant 1. This is quadrant 2, 3, and 4. Right? So when you're in the first quadrant, it's just the angle. So all you would do is come down here, type in 29 because you're in the first quadrant. It says try it, submit your answer. Yes, is it your answer? Yeah, okay, fine. Yep, but it tells you it is. It's the positive distance from the x-axis. Let's try a new one. All right, 231 degrees. So you just grab the yellow dot, and remember this is a positive rotation. You're rotating up over to 231 degrees. So you're just going to read it till it gets 231. Hey, I'm going to try this a second. Nope, it doesn't go negatives. Okay, so 231 degrees. I was just trying it to see what it would register if you went the negative direction. 231, there we go. Oh, there we go. Oh, come on, hey, 231 degrees. It's looking for the positive distance to the x-axis. That is that distance there is shorter. I don't know why that did that. That distance is shorter than this distance. So you choose the shorter one. I'm not trying to overcomplicate it. I'm just saying it's the shortest distance to the x-axis. In other words, how far past 180 degrees are you? So if you count up from 180 to 231, 20 gets you 200. 31 more, so that's 51. So it'd be 51 degrees. Yeah, try, submit answer, yabba yabba. Okay, here we go. There we go. Yep, we got it. Okay. 237. Well, we just did one in that quadrant. You just rotate over to 237 and do the same thing. So it's how far are you from the x-axis? But we did that, so let's go to another example. 350. Okay. 350 degrees is all the way over here. How far away are you from the x-axis? You are, stop. You are 10 degrees away from the x-axis. So that is the distance you're going to count. So 10 degrees is what you're going to fill in. It's just measuring how far from the x-axis you are. There you go, 10 degrees. So I don't think we've seen one in the second quadrant yet. Let's go until we find one in the second quadrant. So 19 would be itself. Okay, 95. 95 is going to be in the second quadrant. There's 90, 5 degrees. It wants to know what's the smallest angle that'll get you back to the x-axis. That would be 95 over to here, but this is only 85 degrees. It's the shortest distance to the x-axis. Yep. Okay. So to come back and recap this, let me say it because I don't know if we needed to review it or not. Remember, this is going to be a positive rotation this way, and this would be a negative rotation this way. Okay, I don't believe they're giving you any negative rotations, but if they did, you would rotate down, and you're going to measure the shortest distance to the x-axis. Now to recap that, what you're doing is if you're in quadrant 1, the answer is just itself. That last example where you had 95 degrees and you're sitting in the second quadrant, sure, you can count how far you are to the x-axis. Remember, this is the x-axis. Or you can take 180 degrees, 180 minus 95, and you get 85. So you're going to subtract it from 180. When you're in the third quadrant, because this was second, When you're in the third quadrant, let's say you're sitting at 200 degrees. It's not much of a zero. 200 degrees. So you're sitting right about here. This is the angle that you rotated, right there. How far are you from the x-axis? The angle minus 180, so 20 degrees. And if you're sitting in the fourth quadrant, let's say 305 degrees is where you're sitting. So I'll change color, it's getting a little messy. 305 degrees is about right there. If you're sitting at 305 degrees, you want to find this angle. So you just cut it off, that angle off of 360. So it's 360 minus 305, which would be 55 degrees. Okay? So that's all you got to do. Just find the reference angles. Pretty short and sweet. Thanks for your time. Have a great